Okay, here we are at day 6 of my 10-day September juice fast. And today was an interesting day. I just had a delicious raspberry, watermelon, pineapple, and green juice. Um, that was after I hosted a party, a movie watching party, with my friends Gary and Tim, and they sat and ate chips, which they kept saying were very delicious, and homemade, freshly made guacamole with fresh tomatoes from Gary's garden. And I drank tea and kombucha, tea with honey, which is a little cheating, but under the circumstances, I said, "That's your dinner, or that's your movie snack." And I was good, and I kept contemplating, when I was sitting there and they were reaching for the chips and the guacamole, and I thought, if I really wanted to join in, I would reach for a chip and a guacamole. And I thought, but I'm not joining in. And actually, part of the reason I didn't join in is because I realized that I would have to report it on this daily, um, what do you call it, a journal or blog. And in fact, if they had questioned me about it, I would have said, no, I can't because I have to talk about what I ate today or what I didn't eat today. And I don't want to have to report it. So that was pretty much that. So this strengthened me and allowed me to stick to my guns. And let's see, during the day, I know I had a huge tomato juice kind of late in the afternoon. Oh, before the party, I had like a huge, very, very delicious tomato juice. Earlier in the day, I had, uh, I think I had commercial juice. Yeah, I think I had orange juice and a commercial fresh pressed juice. And in the morning, I had water and green tea. I'm pretty sure, let's just say that. That's pretty much what I had. Oh, also, I had a Diet Coke. I had a Diet Coke. Yep, I did. And that was for some pep. And, because I have my house completely torn up. I'm totally reorganizing all my stuff. And I'm, getting really ruthless about throwing stuff out or giving it away or just getting it out of here. Because I live in a small house and you know, it's just not conducive to happiness to have a bunch of junk around. And also sort of reminds me of losing weight. When you become ruthless about your weight, it's easier to become ruthless about stuff too. Because if you're willing to let go of your actual self, your actual physical self, 25% of it, that's a lot. Maybe you can get rid of 25% of your stuff and organize the rest of it. Organize would be just like exercising, to get it in shape. And I had a dear friend come over today, and she's actually a professional organizer. And we had gone shopping yesterday, and I was talking to her about my organizational dilemma and how I was going to rent storage. And she had some ideas, and I came home and I really didn't think they would work. And I had forgotten my vest in her car, so she came over and dropped it off. And I invited her in with the ulterior motive of showing her this space. And the reality is, she loves doing this stuff, and just right off the top of her head, she just gave me the most important tips to. She actually solved my problem of storage, which I don't think I'm going to rent storage now. I will pay for the time that I reserved it for, because I sort of promised the guy I'd be over there. But it was just invaluable, and I will give her a nice gift certificate to a local natural food store that she goes to, in appreciation, because she gave me really professional advice. And I've taken her suggestions. I bought a new dresser online, and all kinds of rearranging and throwing stuff out. And she really encouraged me and helped me with a lot of information. She's taken professional courses. So anyway, I just comparing this to the the process we go of streamlining our body and the lengths that we have to go to. Um, I was just thinking today about someone who would need to lose 30 or 40 pounds, and just to say that off the top of your head, it sounds like nothing. But the reality is, you almost have to devote your life to it. I mean, you have to rearrange your life. I mean, even tonight, if I weren't juicing, if I were just on a diet and chips and dip weren't on my diet, you sit there and you feel like the party pooper. You're just sitting there, I can't have chips. And everything changes when you decide to change your eating and make it a first priority. Make your health a first priority. If losing weight has to do with your health, that does become a first priority. And whether or not people ever knuckle down and just rearrange their lives and throw out the stuff they don't need, I totally understand if they don't, because it is a radical transformation. They are ubiquitous changes that one has to make, and seismic changes in one's thinking. And but I'm glad that I'm doing it. I'm finishing up on day 6. I feel very confident I'll get through day 6. And now I'm moving into 7, which is the last 4 days of the fast. And I'm coming into the home stretch now. So that's great. So I will check in tomorrow.